Okay. Okay. Hey, wonderful people watching this. Hey, wonderful people, look at my hair. I just got up from a nap, so my apologies for being about 7 minutes late here. But I'm gonna go ahead and take this Saturday has been a real like nap time, really like healing nap time for me. Let me get a little lower here. Healing nap time for me. So give me a couple of minutes and then we will get started, okay? I'll turn that TV off too. Okay, so we'll get started in just 1 minute. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so like I said earlier, everyone, I've been having a real restful Saturday. A real restful Saturday, really healing restful Saturday. Okay, let me go turn that TV off upstairs. Okay. Okay, so wonderful people, welcome. Welcome so much to Emotions for Dummies. I'm your host, Dr. Donny. And I always start each class by asking, how are we feeling today? How are we feeling today? So if you can hear my voice, feel free to type, speak, whatever you feel is appropriate for you. And tell me how you're feeling today. I want to know. How are you feeling? How am I feeling today? How am I feeling today? Yeah, okay, we got a whole bunch of things. Happy, self-loving, sad, and angry. Right, and you could be feeling all those things. Just a whole shoom, 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 shoom. Whole bunch of feelings. And thank you so much for, oh, that's a wonderful answer, all those feelings. Because yeah, I also feel, I feel restful, but I also It's a part of me that really feels exhausted and hopeful, but also exhausted. Yeah, it's important to honor everything you feel. It's important to honor everything you feel. And to help, if we look at our workbook, which I will share right now. Week 2 here we have emotions, and we will start with an emotions list. So here we go. Here's a list of different emotions. Happy emotions, sad emotions. Well, actually, this is a list of all the, I guess what we call the negative emotions. And then the next page is a list of what we call the positive emotions. And let me send the, I'll send the link in case anyone needs it. And I'll put this chat right here. Okay, so take a look at this. This is a huge list of feelings. Huge list. Huge list. So see if any of these feelings are in line with things you said. Hey, you said happy, but you might feel a sunny kind of happy. Sunny. Or perhaps it's a more in heaven kind of happy. In heaven. Like yesterday when I ate a piece of key lime cheesecake. In heaven. Yesterday was my birthday, by the way. I should just tell everybody. But I turned 39 yesterday, so went and got some fried chicken and cheesecake. It was just absolute loveliness. You said you felt sad and angry. Thank you. Thank you. You said you felt sad and angry, but did you feel lonely when you felt sad, or did you feel dirty when you felt sad? Those both can mean sad, but they mean sad in two totally different ways. What did I say? I felt exhausted. Well, yes, I feel exhausted. And am I exhausted and grouchy? Am I exhausted and, oh, I see exasperated right here. Am I exhausted and exasperated? I don't feel exasperated. No, I still got some kind of like energy going on. So I don't feel exasperated. Let's see, hold on, let's keep looking. Exhausted. Feel exhausted and not lifeless. We're getting close here though. We're getting close. Distressed? No, not distressed. Let's see. I'm gonna find this. I'm not feeling afraid. I mean, maybe hold up. Maybe one of these words here. No energy. I do feel no energy. It's low. It's low energy. It's low energy. Not quite. What exactly? Diminished? Slightly. More like healing. More like healing. That's what I'd call it. I mean, I'm looking over all these words and I'm seeing a lot of words that are close to how I feel. Let's keep looking. The nice thing about this list is A, there's so many options, and then B, you can actually like just sit with your feelings. Just sit with each one. Feel it as it, look at the word, feel what comes up in your body, you know, feel what comes up in your body. And then see if it's the word you're looking for, but just get to know what that word is and what it brings up for you. The word rapturous may not be a word I use in regular vocabulary. And rapturous. What does that bring up for me? Well, I mean, if I thought of rapture, I think of maybe like total sexual fulfillment or rapturous. Maybe eating like a humongous Thanksgiving meal. But just notice what it brings up in you. Just notice what it brings up in you. Let's see, I said healing. So maybe alive. Let's go with that. Or maybe, it's funny. I don't really have a word that explains how I feel right now, but it's kind of yeah, healing. So that's little bits of this, little bits of relaxed. Sane. I feel a little sane. Solid. Even some of these words would fit how I feel. Comfortable. Authentic. Fine, okay. Serene. Those things are healing. Okay, so I put this together because, as I wrote up here, in this class we're going to learn how fundamental emotions are to life. Despite how important they are, most people only have a few words to describe how they feel, like fine, which I learned in the mob movie The Italian Job stands for fucked up, insecure, neurotic, and emotional. Even worse, most of the time when people ask, how are you doing? They often don't really want an answer. It just becomes something to say to introduce conversation. So in this class, I will ask you how you are doing every class, and I want you to experience actually going inside and labeling your feelings. Using this emotions list, I will encourage you to move beyond just good, fine, okay, or bad, and work to develop a more in-depth vocabulary. Also, it's 100% okay to express both negative and positive feelings. You don't ever have to lie or fake what you feel. Okay, no, keep it positive going on here. No California, keep it positive, okay? You feel what you feel, okay? You get the right to honor it, put words to it, feel it through, okay? And maybe just a final exercise here. I just added this to this list of materials. I think it'll be instructive here, but if we go a little further down, there is a exercise which has this map. So check it out. It's an emotions body map. So all those different emotions we wrote up there, all those hundreds of feeling terms correspond to different states in our body, right? So just look at this, when you get angry, look where anger shows up in your body versus depression. Compare it to depression, right? Notice how anger and happiness, the head and the chest all kind of burn up, right? But happiness is a much more deeply involved thing, whereas anger is really hot, really in the head and chest area and the hands. Note how cold depression is, how cold sadness is. Yeah, compare sadness and depression. It looks like your body's shutting down. Okay, so this is not just words. This is your life here, okay? Your inner life, you're looking at it. all these flames, coldness, all these things inside of us. They're not just feelings, it's what's going on inside of us. So we need to be able to put words to all that, right? So important. Okay. Okay, feelings. So you get an exercise every day. I'm going to ask how you feel, and it's important to make space. It's important to note that, you know, maybe no one else in your world may ask you how you feel ever. You might live in a world where that's just not a norm, but that's just not a norm. And hey, if I get to make it a norm for you in your world, I say all the better. We all have feelings. We all really have feelings. So yeah, so if this is the first time honoring your feelings, well then, what a gift. What a gift that I get to be the person to tell you that your feelings matter every day, not just one feeling, this one time. They matter all the time for you. Okay, so we're gonna learn how to put words to them. Okay, so if anyone has any questions at any point in time, feel free to let me know. Okay, we're gonna go to the next exercise here, which is a Byron Katie Judge Your Neighbor worksheet. Okay, so you may have never heard of this worksheet before, and I did write a whole explanation up here, but I don't need to read I'm going to read the explanation from my heart instead of all this. You can read that later yourself. So Byron Katie, who I had to say I actually did meet a couple of years ago, she gave a talk at my school. I invited her to my school to give a talk. Byron Katie lives in Southern California, and for the past 30 years, she's had a practice called The Work, where she uses this Judge Your Neighbor worksheet to help people with their problems, their life stresses. She, you know, got pretty depressed for about the 70s and the 80s, and got to a place where she had basically given up all hope. And then she saw a weight loss clinic. She gained a lot of weight. She saw a live-in weight loss clinic, and she tried to get into it. And she actually didn't get into the first one, but her insurance wouldn't pay for it. But then she got into another one. She took it. She was sleeping on the floor because she was so mentally just losing it that she didn't think she deserved a bed. She felt so awful. And then one day, one morning, she woke up and a cockroach crawled over her foot when she was sleeping on the ground, and she suddenly woke up. And in that moment, she realized the cockroach was real, but that her thoughts were not real. All of the thoughts that had given her all this depression and confusion and hurt and frustration for a decade, all those thoughts weren't real. She suddenly woke up, saw the cockroach, and realized that, you know, for that split second, those thoughts weren't there. And so that's what led her to realize all the thoughts were really what was causing her the problems. And so eventually she started going out in the desert to try to, like, you know, figure out what was going on, and made her finally let it all go. But she had a hard time with that. She realized she had a hard time judging herself because she could always find some excuse. But she was very crystal clear anytime she judged other people. 20/20 vision when we judge other people. And so she created an exercise that was taking all the judgments she made about other people and then turning them around to make them about herself, or the opposite, to develop a more open mind to whatever it is she was thinking. Okay. So this worksheet, the way it works is you write down, there's 6 questions here. Who angers, confuses, saddens, or disappoints you? How do you want them to change? What do you want them to do? What advice would you offer them? In order for you to be happy in this situation, what do you need them to think, say, feel, or do? What do you think of them in this situation? Make a list. Remember, be petty and judgmental. And then what is it about this situation you don't ever want to experience again? Okay, so you fill all those out, And then after you fill it out, you go back up to each one and you ask these questions down here. There's the 4 questions on the left that say, 1, is it true? Yes or no. 2, can you absolutely know it's true? 3, how do you react when you believe that thought? And 4, who would you be without that thought? And then you take each one of these and you turn it around. Turn the thought around to the self, to the other, and to the opposite. So for example, if I had written, I'm mad with Paul because Paul doesn't listen to me, then that would be number 1. Is it true? I'm mad at Paul because Paul doesn't listen. Yes. Okay. 2, can you absolutely know it's true that Paul doesn't listen? Oh, well, I probably can't absolutely know that's true. He might listen sometimes, so I can't know it's true. So, okay, no. And ideally, you want to settle in on a yes or a no. You know, if you find your mind wavering left or right, you want to pick one, pick a yes or a no. Okay. How do you react when you believe the thought, Paul, I'm mad at Paul? How do I react? Well, I get angry. How do I react? I think he isn't listening to me. How do I react? I want to stop talking. I don't feel like giving him any more advice. I want to throw something at him because I'm tired of talking. It's not working. 4, who would you be without the thought that I'm mad at Paul because he doesn't listen to me? Who would I be without that thought? You know, maybe I'd be acknowledging that maybe he did listen to me. Maybe I'd be more sensitive. Maybe I'd be more understanding. Maybe I'd understand that maybe what he takes in and how he makes sense of it is his process and not my life. I don't know. How about that? More understanding, more open, more letting go of someone else's life. Okay, and then turn the thought around to the self. Paul doesn't listen to me. I don't listen to me. I don't listen to me. And then we find 3 ways where that's true. I don't listen to me. Well, for one, I can tell probably Paul wasn't really listening all that time, and I'm getting mad instead of letting it go. I mean, no one has to listen to me. It's his life, right? I don't listen to me. Well, there's all sorts of ways I could go with that one. Okay, the other one to the other. Paul doesn't listen to me. I don't listen to Paul. I don't listen to Paul. In what ways is that true? How is that true? I don't listen to Paul. Well, for one, I'm telling him all this information and it's not sinking in, and yet I keep spitting out the information instead of understanding really where he's coming from. Okay, I don't listen to Paul. And then to the opposite. So Paul doesn't listen to me. The opposite might be Paul does listen to me, or Paul doesn't listen to me. Paul doesn't listen to me. Paul listens to everything I say. Paul listens to everything I say. So then we look for a way that's true. You know, maybe he actually did listen. He just didn't do what I wanted. Maybe he totally listened. Maybe if I had said right after I told him whatever I said, I could have said, you know, are you sure you're hearing me? And he would say yes. Doesn't mean he's going to do it. Maybe he absolutely heard me the whole time. Okay, so there you go. That's how this process works. Okay, so it takes one idea you had that you were pretty anchored into, and it offers you a whole bunch of different ways to see it differently. Open your mind up, all of it. So it's super wonderful. It's a super wonderful mind-opening exercise here. So it's an absolute necessity in everyone's self-care toolkit, social emotional toolkit. Okay, that's why we're going to learn it today. Okay, so you're welcome at any time. If you'd like to work on a problem, if you'd like me to help you work on a problem you have going on, well, we can use that problem here. I'm actually going to, if you Google, well, you can use a notepad and write down your problem because this is a PDF here. But if you Google Judge Your Neighbor worksheet, it will show up. The second thing says resources for doing the work, and you can click on resources, and then over here it says downloads, And over here it says the worksheet in all these languages. And then you can type in this worksheet here. Okay. Okay, so wonderful people. So if you would like to work on a particular problem that you have going on, now would be the time to let me know. Or I'm going to pick a problem I got going on, and then I'll show you how this works, and then you can do it along with me, and I'll make sure it's a problem more than likely we all have. We all do have the same problems. It's rare. Even if I said I need Nick Knock to give me blue cheese Martian food because I wanted it, it would still be a human problem we all have, right? We all can relate to wanting something that we can't get. That's the beautiful thing about this worksheet. We all have the same problems, okay? Okay, so at either rate, if I work on my problem, feel free to write your own worksheet. Feel free to just sit along and listen. Feel free to type in your feelings about what's coming up for you as we go through this worksheet. Whatever you feel like doing, all of it, okay? It's all about learning a new skill here, okay? Okay, so what I got going on? I got a few things going on. Now, one, I'm not really, the birthday thing, I have issues sometimes with getting older, but I have to say I made peace with that. I've made peace with getting older. I actually have my first gray hair in my mustache, and I didn't even cut it. I'm gonna love my little gray hair. So yeah, I'm actually in a really good place with life, and my job is going well as a professor, and I got a wonderful letter. I'm getting tenure. I'm in the process to get tenure, which I won't find out till May. There's a series of letters I got to get, and I got a wonderful letter from the dean of my college. So that's going really well, and I got some new romance in my life. Someone I'm starting to see, just started dating recently, and so those aren't problems. Them's ain't problems. So what's the problems I got? What's the problems I got? Okay, here's one that immediately comes up in my mind is I haven't had an actual cleaning of my apartment. I haven't cleaned my house. I haven't cleaned my house in months. I've been saying I'm going to actually clean, like, head to toe, move things, actually clean, the whole floor is actually, doesn't have dust and dirt and cat hair on it. I said I was going to clean months ago, but it's just never happened. I'm too busy. I'm so busy all the time. School and work, and I'm so busy. Okay, so let's go with that. Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm looking around and I would love it if my apartment was clean right now, but I decided today to take a nap because I needed a nap. So let's go with that. That's a great one. So let's see. How do I feel about that? Bugged. I'm bugged with me because I can never manage. Feel it through. To keep my house clean. Keep it simple. Now, of course, this is when you do your worksheet, write what you feel is honest for you. I could easily write longer than that right now, but there's a whole worksheet, so I'm going to space it out. Keep it nice and simple. Number 2, how do I want them to change? How do I want me to change? What do I want me to do? That's my cat. What do I want me to do? I want me to manage all the work and stress better. I can also clean my place. I want me, let's go with that. That's good. I want me to manage all the work and stress better so I can also feel, yes, that is how I feel. Yes, that is what I want. Yes. In this situation, what advice do I have? What advice do I have? I should be able to do this. Cleaning's not hard. Cleaning is not hard. I shouldn't be a slob. Should be able to do this. Cleaning's not hard. I shouldn't be a slob. Okay, hold up. This is bringing up something. I can feel it. So let me just breathe into it for a second here. Having a balanced life shouldn't be so frustrating to make happen. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. Like Jesus Christ. Like I feel like I have to do it all. I work, I'm going to school to start like a second career. Because I need enough money to afford living in the Bay Area. I work in school. I mean, even school's going part-time, but even that's a lot. And then I'm doing my own personal healing. That takes a lot of time to rest and meditate and cry things up and draw those dots and circle those dots and dot those I's. It takes a lot. It's a lot. And geez, I mean, my social life has really taken I don't have much of a social life since COVID-19 happened. Having a balanced life shouldn't be so frustrating to make happen. Yes, that's how I feel. That's exactly how I feel. Okay, number 4. I might have to, wish I had some water. I might need some, I'm gonna have a little smoke to make myself feel better. This is bringing up some irritation. Oh, I can feel it. In order for you to be happy in this situation, what do you need them to think, say, well, what do you need me to think, say, feel, or do in order for me to be happy in this situation? The most immediate thing that comes up for me is I need me to be perfect. But that's not realistic. I need me to balance all of these things and do it well. Feel peace and happy when they are done. When they are done while I'm doing them. That would be a real happy. Okay, so the idea of this is in order for you to be happy in this situation, number 4. So, to be happy, not just kind of happy, let's go with total happy. For you to go from total, I'm not liking this, to 100%, you get everything you want, you're just ecstatic, what was the word? Rapturous, boom. What do you need to get rapturous about this situation? Okay, so let's see. I need me to balance all these things and do it well. Feel peace and happiness while I'm doing them. What do I need me to, hold on. I feel something in all these questions, but it's way down there. You ever know, like sometimes you'll feel like kind of irritated about something and you think, oh, it's not that big a deal. It's just a little nagging feeling, whatever. I'm kind of irritated. It's just kind of nagging me, but I'm not going to really focus on it. It's not like it's going to like get in the way of my day. So I mean, it's there, but it's just nagging me. But you'd be amazed how many times if you really dig into that feeling, it's like you open up a whole world. It can look like just the tip of an iceberg, but then you dig into it and the iceberg's like miles long. That's how feelings are. Okay, so let me see if I can go a little deeper into this iceberg here. What would I need really for Oh, what I need is I need the work to just be done. I need the work. I need the work done without any effort. Because I'm tired. I need the work to be done without any effort because I'm tired. Now, see, that statement came up because I really had to sit with my feelings. Just note the authenticity of when you write something and it's really, really about your feelings. Like, we could all write something that's just the normal answer, or the nice answer, the right thing to say, and that's all cute. It just may not get you to healing, okay? So you got to write how you really feel. And, sometimes what you really feel is not the most beautiful, eloquent statement about the situation, right? It can be, I just wanted my mom to say she cared, right? But just note that, okay? Little kids are often very good at writing simple, really right to the heart, right to the gut statements. Okay, number 5. What do you think of, well, me, in this situation? Make a list. What do I think of me? Whoo, here we go. Here we go. Let me just start stabbing myself right now. Here we go. What do I think of me? I am frustrated, tired, beyond tired. I am running out of steam. I am getting old. Getting too old to keep up. Ooh, that's good. Keep up. I'm gonna have to rethink my life, my work life, because I can't keep doing it. Now, I can't know that. I can't know if I can't keep doing it. I just know I'm tired. But I do know that's how I feel. I'm going to have to rethink my work life because I can't keep doing it. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. I'm going to honor how I feel. There's a part of me right now that is definitely saying 20-year-old me, 25-year-old me who started my PhD program. Yeah, sure. That guy could keep doing it. Keep doing it. This guy, 39, who already got a PhD and 3 master's degrees, and now trying to start a second career. This guy is kind of tired. Kind of tired. Not well, yeah. Yeah. I always saw myself as being a lifelong student, so I'm really excited too. But I'm also kind of tired. I just have to. I'm going to just totally own that. Own it. Number 6. What is it about this person and situation you don't ever want to experience again? Oh, hey, here's one. One is I don't ever want to talk myself out of my real feelings of being exhausted. I don't want to do that. I want to honor how I really feel. That's absolutely, yes. But it's something I don't ever want to experience again. I have so much work that I'm doing everything I can, and I can't get it all done. And I just can't. And I just can't get it all done. Okay. Okay, so just see what this brought up for you. See what this brought up for you. This was an emotional exercise. So you saw all those moments where I paused and felt through things because it's all about your feelings. You might have feelings once you finish the worksheet also. So just make space for your feelings, okay? So this worksheet's like having a conversation with yourself, you know? These are things that you might have been thinking in little bits, but the little nagging feelings. But now we're opening up the iceberg, okay? Okay, well, let's give it a shot. Let's give it a shot. I'm gonna get some support here. I have stuffed animals over here for support. Here's my support animal. Here we go. Whenever I think this might be a heavy one, I always grab my support animals, okay? And I encourage you also. I know this class is mostly for adults, but I just want to say it's a lot of getting in touch with our feelings is about connecting to our childhood self. Anything you can do that helps you to connect to your childhood self is a smart way to go. Okay, so I have all kinds of stuffed animals. Okay, pajamas, reindeer sheets. Okay, here we go. Number 1, I am bugged with me because I can never manage to keep my house clean. Okay, that's the question. We're going to go down to the bottom and say, is that true? Yes or no? I'm bugged with me. I can never manage to keep my house clean. Is that true? And Dr. Donny reluctantly says yes. Yes, it's true. Yes, it's true. I'm approaching 40. I'm dating people. You know, at some point, this guy I'm dating might come over to my house, so I got to go to his house, and I'm worried he's going to see a slob. I'm worried I can't change. Just can't do it. Well, the answer is yes. The answer is yes. I feel a whole rabbit hole there. So the answer is yes. Number 2, can you absolutely know that it's true? I'm bugged with me because I can never manage to keep my house clean. Can I absolutely know that's true? Now, I was about to just say yes. But right before I almost said yes, I had an image. And that image was one of my mother. And my mother was like OCD clean. Like I'm talking, whew. My mother swept and dusted every day. She mopped twice a week. And the house I grew up in was so clean. I mean, honestly, sometimes I used to spill things just so I'd have an excuse just to lick it off the ground because it was so clean. There was never any dirt and dust in the house I grew up in. I kind of didn't like that, to be honest with you. I thought it was really over the top and kind of oppressive. Okay, that was a lot of talking. So let me just center in. Can I absolutely know it's true? Can I absolutely know it's true? I'm still mad at me though. So yes. I'm bugged. And it's my responsibility to clean my house. Yes. How do you react? What happens? Let me move this. Oops, sorry. Let me move this over here. How do you react? What happens when you believe that thought? How do I react when I believe this thought that I'm bugged with me because I can never manage to keep my house clean? How do I react? I mean, I'm kind of like a little angry, a little sad. I mean, maybe depressed, sad with me. It's like, I mean, if we took it to the more extreme, there's a feeling of almost like kind of hopeless. Like, oh, what's even the point? Like resigned, I can never manage to do it. I just feel like I want to give up. Why even bother? And then I have to do something. Eventually I have to clean. But it never looks like the way I want it to look. Okay. And 4, who would you be without this thought? Who would I be without the thought? I'm bugged with me because I can never manage to keep my house clean. Who would I be without that thought? Who would I be? Who would I be without that thought? Honestly, I don't know. The honest answer to that is I don't know. Maybe I'd be okay with living in filth. I don't know. I guess I am already okay with that, really, because considering how much I've complained about not cleaning. I don't know. The honest answer is I don't know. I don't know. Okay, let's turn it around to the self. So if you ever write about you, you can always turn me into my thinking or into my ego or even my inner child if you want. Okay. So I'm bugged. I'm bugged with my thinking because my thinking can never manage to keep my house clean. Ooh. How is that true? Well, that is true. That is true because it's me having all the thoughts of like, what's the point? Never totally get done. All those thoughts then lead my actions to start to clean something, but then talk myself out of it. Clean one thing, but then not want to put any energy into cleaning other things. Yes. Yes, my thinking. That's some really defeatist thinking about cleaning. That's some really defeatist thinking. I never would have called it that before this moment. Defeatist thinking. I'm gonna write that down. Hold on. Good to know. Good to know. Okay. Okay, to the opposite. Well, let's see. An opposite may not happen here because this isn't about another person. This is just about me. Okay, so so there's no other here, but let's do an opposite. So the opposite of bugged might be pleased. I'm pleased with me because I can never manage to keep my house clean. I'm pleased with me because I can never manage to keep my house clean. How is that true? How is that true? I'm pleased with me. And if you're listening along here, feel free to help me here. Feel free to help me because I need all the help I can get. How would I be pleased because I can't keep my house clean? Well, I mean, I complained so much that this kind of confirmed the thing I'm complaining about. I mean, it's hard to say I'm pleased by that, but it kind of, it acknowledges how I'm feeling. See, told you it was pointless. That's interesting. Here's one more turnaround. I'm bugged with me because I can always manage to keep my house clean. How is that true? Because I can always manage to keep my house clean. Yeah, well, first of all, I could always manage to keep my house clean. If I had literally nothing else to do all day, I'd have plenty of time. It would get done over the course of, a week, at least three days. It'd be spick and span. If I just stopped doing all my work or managed to just block off a solid 3 days to just really clean everything. I could always, I could just regularly make small bits of cleaning a regular habit of my life, and then I wouldn't have this problem. So what I'm really bugged is not that, what I'm really bugged about is not that I can't keep it clean, but that I can't put together a plan and really execute it. I can't put together a cleaning plan and really execute it. Okay. Yes, I feel that. Okay, number 2, keep on moving. In this situation, how do you want me to change? I want me to manage all the work and stress better so I can also clean my place. That's kind of what I was just about to say. Is that true? Yes. Yes. I want me to manage all the work and stress better so I can also clean my place. Can I absolutely know that that's true? I mean, I want to say, well, my place would be clean. Can I absolutely know that's true? I mean, yes, I could get it done. I just said it earlier. I can book off 3 days. Yes, yes, yes. I'm going to honor my yeses here. How do you react when you believe this thought? Well, I'm kind of expecting me to be perfect. I mean, honestly, I'm expecting me to do all the work, like just total Donna Reed, modern day, superwoman, get all the work done, come home and do all the housework, and look good doing all of it. Kind of expecting me to be perfect. That's how I feel about that. Like impossible. Who would you be without this thought? Who would I be without this thought? Well, frankly, my answer to that is I would be a falling down mess. I would be a falling down mess without this thought. Managing all the work and stress better. So I can also, without that thought, I just feel like I'd be not getting any work done and I would live in filth. That's how I feel about that. But at least I can acknowledge if I wasn't getting any work done, I'd be relaxed at least, which might actually increase the chances I would clean. Maybe. Okay, let's turn it around. I want me to manage all the work and stress. I want my thinking to manage all the work and stress better, so I can also clean my place. I want my thinking to manage all the work and stress better. Okay, wow, this is something. Wow. Well, yes, and I can say that there are times when I spend a whole 20, 30 minutes sitting here with anxiety, thinking about all the work I need to get done, not actually even doing it. I just stew in all the anxiety of what I need to do. And those are moments that if I wasn't stewing in it, I could actually have done something like clean. That's a thought. That's a thought. My thoughts definitely need to manage the work and stress better. Absolutely. 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 Okay. And then let's try an opposite. I want me to not manage all the work and stress. I want me to manage all the work and stress worse, so I can never clean my place. I want me to manage none of the work and stress, so I can never clean my place. Let's see. How would that be true? Well, okay, here's something. I always put the work and stress as a higher priority than the cleaning. Always. Always. I mean, it's a rare day when I say, no, the cleaning needs to happen now. Let me do the cleaning before I start work. Most days I just work, and cleaning is really a back burner. So if I looked at my actual life and what I actually am doing, not just what I think I want to do or what I say I should do, if I look at my actual life, yeah, I totally focus entirely on work and stress. So I'll never clean my place. And if I'm hearing myself correctly here, even if there was less work and stress, I would still focus on that instead of cleaning. There would still be I'm still trained to focus on that instead of cleaning. kind of hurts to hear. Kind of hurts to hear. Don't totally know why, but it kind of hurts. That kind of hurts. Okay, well, keep going, keep going. Let the hurt come up. Let words for the hurt come up. In this situation, what advice would you offer me? I should be able to do this. Cleaning's not hard. I shouldn't be a slob. Having a balanced life shouldn't be so frustrating to make happen. Is that true? Is any of that true? I should be able to do this. Cleaning's not hard. Well, yeah, that's true. I think that's true. I shouldn't be a slob. Yeah, I don't want to be a slob. Having a balanced life shouldn't be so frustrating. There's something nagging me about this that's making it hard for me to just say yes. Like I'm kind of being judgmental to myself here, maybe. Well, I'm going to say yes anyway, because it's over. I'm feeling it in my emotional scale, and it's still leaning way toward yes. So yes. Is it true? Yes. Can I absolutely know that these things are true? Yeah. The cleaning's not hard. I shouldn't be a slob, and having a balanced life shouldn't be so hard. Yes. How do you react when you think these thoughts? How do I react? Like I said, I do feel a little judgmental toward myself, like I'm beating myself up. How do I react? I thought I was giving myself some good prescriptions for life, telling myself things that make sense. But I also feel like I'm like trying to climb over a wall, and I can't climb over this wall. That there's not going to be a climbing over this wall is what I feel. An impossible wall to climb. Oh, and who would I be without this thought? Without this thought, well, I don't know. Another, I don't know. The cleaning, who would I be without this thought? Well, maybe I'd be less judgmental about my cleaning. Maybe being judgmental isn't helping anything anyway. So maybe I could deal with this problem without so much judgment around it. Okay, here we go. Keep going. Make it to the self. I should be able to, my thinking should be able to do this. Cleaning's not hard. My thinking shouldn't be a slob. Having a balanced me shouldn't be so frustrating to make happen. Any truth in any of that? I agree. The thoughts of cleaning isn't that hard. It's hand, spray, dust rag, wipe. The thoughts around it aren't hard at all. My thinking should be able to do this. My thinking shouldn't be a slob. Okay, well now, if we're talking about my thinking, yes, my thinking can put together the plan, but my thinking is also doing the talking myself out of it too. Well, then I wrote, having a balanced me shouldn't be so frustrating to make happen. But that's why it is. Because there's a part of me that wants to clean, and there's a part of me that absolutely doesn't. And so those two parts are arguing out, and the end result is inaction. And if I acknowledged that there's two contradictory parts going on with me, it wouldn't be so frustrating. I'd be working toward resolution. I mean, one thing I just said is I think on a logical level, I want things to look a certain way, but on a more emotional level, I'm struggling to make that happen, to make what I want on the logical level happen. Huh. Okay. Okay, other turnarounds. I shouldn't be able to do this. Cleaning's really hard. I should be a slob. Having a balanced life should be so frustrating. Any truth in that? Well, I found myself getting really still the moment I heard those words, so let's see. I shouldn't be able to do this. Cleaning is hard. What comes up for me there is, well, like I said earlier, I have all this stuff around my mom being OCD, constantly feeling like the level of cleaning I went through as a kid was frankly abusive, super over the top, and I said it, abusive. So cleaning would be really hard. If you got abused through cleaning, which is not an uncommon thing. You know, lots of parents have kids who, you know, they wanted the kid to be clean, but then, you know, little kids never are super clean. So because they're not as clean as you wanted them to be, you got real mad at them or real judgmental or put them down. And, you know, that really hurts a kid's self-esteem. It teaches them to not want to bother cleaning because they know that if they try, they'll get hurt, emotionally hurt. Well, I'm saying a kid, me. That's exactly my experience. You know, many years of cleaning my room and then my mother showing up and saying, oh, you forgot this. Oh, but you didn't do this though. Oh, well, it's okay. I'm just going to redo it. I'm going to redo the whole thing. That was abusive. That was absolutely abusive. So it should be hard. It should be hard. Cleaning should bring up all those feelings of not good enough, motherhood abuse. Let me write that down too.
And I was thinking of fear.
Yeah. Brings up all sorts of, I mean, I hadn't even gone there. I hadn't gone there because that's like one layer underneath it there, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, I can't, what would happen to me in my household if I had actually made a real mess? I couldn't even tell you because that was never a possibility. Like, you know, bringing actually dirty, muddy shoes into the house, just leaving my clothes all over the ground. That never happened. That was never even close to a possibility. Because if I did anything like that, I knew I was preparing for just hours of arguing, yelling at me. You bet there was a lot of fear.
In the 12 steps, when we do a turnaround, and you know, that's the last thing we ask ourselves is what will we, if you know, we look at the fear last. So I think, like you said, it is the underlying, that's what everything I do is driven by or don't do.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, you know, I wasn't planning on going there, but whoa. When I tap into it Yeah. You're right. It drives everything. Because I mean, needless to say, if I feel afraid, I ain't trying.
And then I turn the fear around. What would this be like if I trusted and relied on God instead of my finite, limited self, who's been trying so hard to do this all by herself?
Wow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Well, you know what? That is exactly, oh my God. Thank you so much. Yes, this is exactly what's underneath it. This feeling of I have to do it all by myself. I'm doing it all by myself. I'm not going to get any support. Who would I be if I thought I am getting support? I can do it my own way, for example. I'd be somebody who wouldn't beat myself up so much.
Yay.
Okay. That was deep. That was because I hadn't written the word fear on here. That is wow. Wow, 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 wow. That explains so much.
I'm not there anymore. I'm not a little kid. I'm not 6 or 8 anymore. And my mother and father thought they were just doing what was done with them. And they thought that's how you get me to clean my room, when really it's to be an example. And it might take me till I'm 30 to get it, but my parents didn't know that. But now I have another way.
Yeah, yeah. My parents didn't know that either. Yeah. Well, then what I'm really hearing is that little kid needs to hear these messages of you don't have to do it on your own. There is someone, out there. There's a higher thing out there that's okay with you, whether you clean or don't clean. Cleaning can be a source of love, not a source of fear, exhaustion.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, those are new thoughts. Those are new thoughts there. I gotta let those thoughts marinate. They feel good. They feel a lot better. It would be a much more balanced life that wasn't so frustrating. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Something tells me fear is going to show up real quick. Fear is going to show up real quick here. Number 4, I need me to be perfect, but that's not realistic. To balance all these things and do it well, feel peace and happiness while I'm doing them. I need the work to be done without any effort because I'm tired. Is that true? 2 seconds ago, I would have said yes, but the real truth of it is no, I'm just afraid. I'm afraid. Because how do I react when I think these thoughts? Oh, I'm just judgmental. I'm just constantly complaining. I'm exhausted. I'm not really getting to the point. Because who would I be without these thoughts? Who would I be without these thoughts that I'd have to sink underneath that tiredness and acknowledge what really is going on there? And yeah, it would be fear and childhood abuse. Oh. 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 Okay. Let's turn that around. I need my thinking to be perfect, but that's not realistic. Yeah, that's true. I need my thinking to balance all of these things and do it well. That would be the goal to get to. I need to feel peace and happiness while I'm doing them. Now, or my thinking needs to feel peace and happiness while I'm doing them. Yes, because if I was honest, what I'm feeling is all this frustration because underneath it is really the fear, the anxiety. I need to feel peace and happiness while I'm doing these things. Okay, so what I'm really hearing for me is I could, instead of just trying to clean, I could focus on cleaning one thing and let myself feel the anxiety. Yeah, well, that's what I'm going to do going forward. I'll clean one thing and let myself feel the anxiety. And then that way I can get in touch with the feelings underneath. I want to call it clean the anxiety. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that way it's a healing exercise and not a chore. That little kid inside, that little kid needs to know that he can do it. No one's gonna yell at him. And you don't have to hold on to that pressure. Yeah, just years of all that pressure.
Something else just came to me about this is helping me in the writing I did, which I'll just save for another time. But I was wondering about an all or nothing type of thing.
Like what? What do you mean?
Well, I have a lot of times I'll have this, this like black and white, all or nothing, like extremist stuff. So I'll almost rebel against what I was brought up with. And I forget that I can have, you said it already, the word balance.
Yeah.
I think you already covered it, but.
Oh, yeah. I did say balance. That's true. Yeah, that all or nothing. Oh my God. Oh. Yes, that all or nothing thing is very much a childhood survival tactic. Definitely oh, well, they made me mad, so I'll just never go there ever again. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's how I feel every time. I feel like I gotta clean stuff. They made me mad and I just that's exactly how I really feel inside. Oh. Oh. Wow. Oh, wow. That little kid's been mad all this time. I never thought to. Wow. I think I've written like one worksheet ever on cleaning. I have largely avoided this topic because it annoys me. Well, see, there you go. You think it's a little iceberg and then you dig into it and it's a whole thing. Okay, let's find the opposites. I need me to be imperfect, and that's realistic. Yes, it is. I need me to not balance all of these things and do them well. Yeah, because I'm human. There you go. I need me to not feel peace and happiness while I'm doing them. That's right. I need to feel fear and anxiety because that's what's coming up. That's what's coming up. That's what I'm going to start doing. Let myself feel the fear and anxiety. Let that come up. Work through those feelings. I need the work to be done with a whole bunch of effort because I'm not tired. I need the work to be done with a whole bunch of effort. Yes, I have emotional processing to do. So I need to put some effort into this. It shouldn't be effortless. It should have effort. I need to put some effort into this emotional processing. I'm not actually tired. The tired is also a coping mechanism because I'm feeling all this super deep-seated fear. Oh, Miss Ellen. So number 5, I am frustrated. Yeah, I'm frustrating me. I mean, that little kid went through all that. I'm beyond tiring me. Oh. I'm running out of steam. I'm running myself out of steam. I'm making me too old to keep up. Yeah. My thinking's going to have to rethink my work life because my thinking can't keep doing it. Yeah, I can't keep living with all this repressed anxiety. No one should. I mean, thank God I managed to accomplish the things I've accomplished having all this repressed anxiety. Imagine how much more I could accomplish if I really got in touch with this. And you're right, my parents did the best they could, and they left me this present of this anxiety. And now it's my responsibility to really, take it seriously and get in touch with it. Clean, there's the outside cleaning of my apartment, and then the inside cleaning of my heart, my spirit. That's what needs that's what really needs cleaning. Yeah. Yeah, let me get OCD about cleaning my spirit. Oh, then the final one, this was amazing. The final one is I said, I don't ever want to talk myself out of my real feelings of being exhausted. To have so much work that I'm doing everything I can and I just can't get it all done. So for statement 6, we replace the words I don't ever want with I am willing to and I look forward to. So I am willing to talk myself out of my real feelings of being exhausted. I am willing because if I do that, I'm building more stress on myself. And that's just another example of how it's time to get clear about what's really going on underneath. I mean, to be honest with you, how many times have I talked myself out of my feelings? My God. My God. This is something that has bothered me my whole life, and yet I've done 2 worksheets on it ever. Huh. I am willing to have so much work that I'm doing everything I can and I just can't get it all done. Yeah, because that's that perfect thing again. I don't need to be perfect. I need to be a whole human being. I don't need to be perfect. I need to be a whole human being. And what this is really showing me is that anything that I feel like I'm having a struggling time with, I could make it into a feelings exercise instead of just trying to get it done. Just sit with the feelings that are coming up and acknowledge that there's going to be negative, hard feelings underneath it. I mean, that's more important than actually getting it done, because that's really working on me. Oh, and I'm so glad you brought up the 12 steps and all of that. Let's see. Oh. And then the final one is I look forward to. I look forward to talking myself out of my feelings of being exhausted. Now, why is that true? That's true because if I keep talking myself out of that, I'm putting myself back into being exhausted. That's how I know my work's not done, because I shouldn't be talking myself out of anything. A friend, if I'm being a real friend to myself, I wouldn't talk myself out of stuff. A real friend doesn't talk you out of what you need. Hello. But I've done that. Done that many times. And I look forward to having so much work that I'm doing everything I can and I just can't get it all done. How is that true? Yeah, I put the work, I'm putting the work, career, I put that above me and my wholeness. Yeah, that's why I never got to a place where I can sit down and acknowledge what I'm feeling really about cleaning is fear. Because I'm so caught up in the work I know I can do that doesn't bring me those feelings. I'll just constantly work on those things before I ever get to this, because this stuff hurts. Because this stuff hurts. Wow. Well, I know what my tomorrow is going to look like. Okay. So as you can see, this process brings up so much. And it's such a wonderful exercise in getting in touch with your feelings and seeing what you think and opening up your thinking to new avenues you've never seen before and coming up with ways to offer solutions for your problems. I mean, it literally takes the problem and turns it around into solutions. Okay. And then, of course, one other wonderful thing about this worksheet is you can do it with other people. And then that way you can get the insights and the wisdom of everybody else's experiences managing through their own similar sorts of things. Okay. So as you can see, this is just a wonderful exercise for getting in touch with your feelings. Okay. Whew, okay. Now we have half an hour. There's one more exercise we're going to do before class is over today. Oh, I'm feeling just, whew. Okay, one more exercise. Let me. Now, the final exercise for our class today is on self-love. So I just want to honor self-love. All right, well, so make sure we have time for our exercise. I'll just summarize this and you can read it later. But research has found love is the energy of the universe. Love is the energy of the universe. Most of life, we're taught that love is getting love from someone else. Love is like a finite resource. We got to get it from someone else or give it to someone else. We got to do the right thing to get love. But that's not what love is. Those things are all conditional love, right? Which is more about getting someone's approval. Unconditional love is about accepting something as it is for what it is and for what it isn't. Okay. So we are learning how to give ourselves unconditional love when we work on self-love. And we develop self-love through internal validation. Whatever we feel, we can validate our feelings without needing anyone else to approve of what we feel. Whatever you feel is valid because you felt it. You can be totally wrong about why you feel that way, and your feeling is still 100% completely valid. Okay, if I feel like Burger King is secretly run by aliens, I could be totally wrong about that. But if I feel that way, which I would have to say, if I thought that, my feeling would be suspicious, maybe nervous, suspicious. Okay, I have every right to feel the nervousness and suspicion that I feel, right? Even if my conclusion, my analyzation, even if that's wrong, I feel what I feel, my feelings are valid. Anything you feel is 100% completely valid because you feel it. Okay, and this teaches us to honor our emotional boundaries and teaches us to help us to build healthier relationships with ourselves and other people. My favorite last line: human beings are always doing the best that they can. So our ability to love can only move at the level of our consciousness. While unconditional love is not easy to give or get from others, if you don't give yourself unconditional love, you will always feel something negative, bad, wrong, missing, empty, or hollow. So we have an exercise here to give you an opportunity to work on your self-love, acceptance, and validation by feeling through the positive, negative range of your emotions and offering some statements to help you validate your feelings. Since negative judgment is one of our greatest coping mechanisms, validating yourself at first can feel like speaking a foreign language. So practice, practice, practice. Examining how we talk to ourselves creates space for our unconscious child parts to feel internal validation, which is what we've been doing. What this little kid inside, this kid who went through all that cleaning, what that kid needs. This exercise is extremely useful for any feelings of hurt, pain, fear, and shame, the hardest things to feel through. Okay, number 1, questioning beliefs. Start by naming all the ways you seek external validation. It's just good to know. Ask yourself, why do you seek each one? What do you get out of it? And what are you giving up internally so you can have it externally? Okay, so let's just take this kind of light at first. Some external validation. I like people to think I'm a nice guy. Okay, I like people to think I'm a nice guy. Why do I seek that one? What do I get out of it? Well, I hope to make friendships, social connections. It makes my social situations easier. I like to think I'm a good person. It makes me believe good things about myself. Okay. And what am I giving up internally so I can have it externally? Well, while I'm focused on being a good guy in other people's opinions, that may not be a good guy in my own opinion. You can do a whole bunch to help someone else and they'll think you're a good person, but you might have run yourself ragged all day. Being good to others doesn't always mean being good to you, right? So you got to be good to you. I mean, I may be giving up the times when I could be better to myself. Yeah, another one that pops into mind real quick is I'm a workaholic. I work all the time. I work all the time. I work all the time. And what do I get out of it? Well, I'm getting a paycheck, but also I keep my life very busy with things that I consider to be productive. So I have a productive life, productive things, accomplishments. Yes, that's why I do it. What am I giving up internally so I can have it externally? What I'm giving up is simplicity. the simplicity of life, the simplicity of just being present, of not having all kinds of things to do, of just saying, hey, I'll go to the park and I'll just walk to the park and sit down and look at the water, look at some birds. That kind of simplicity, that childlike simplicity. Hey, in that kind of space, just sitting at the park with some birds, I'd have space to be with my feelings. Suppose if I wanted to listen. But if I'm working all the time, that gives me the perfect reason to not listen. I mean, thank God my actual professional work has moved towards emotions. Because if they hadn't, who knows where I'd be right now. Okay, so that's step one, just being honest with yourself. How honest can you be? Okay, I have yet to meet a person in my life who never seeks external validation. If I meet that person, it'll be Byron Katie, I suppose, might be one of those people, but I don't even know if I could say Byron Katie is one of those people because, Byron Katie also has $42 million. I would look her up. So there's some sort of external validation I think she's getting from something there, I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I'll let you know when I get 42 million, I guess. I don't know. Okay. So now the rest of this is the meditation. For the next 20 minutes, we're going to meditate. Okay, we had a little telling ourselves the truth moment. Now we're going to meditate. So judgments and feelings are very strongly correlated. We had an exercise last week on telling yourself the truth, where we went from anger, hurt, fear, understanding, and love, which essentially is going all the way from hate to love or negative to positive, right? So I expanded hate to love all into a bunch of different categories, which you can see in this acceptance chart here. So we got hate, can't accept, don't understand, don't know, no opinion, no thought, recognize, know, understand, acknowledge, accept, and embrace and love. Okay. So note in the middle of both of these, there is a neutral feeling. We often move from positive to negative real quickly. So it's important to know what neutral would feel like. And then we can also use neutral to examine our 5 frustrations of life, our assumptions and expectations, preferences and requirements, beliefs and attachments, judgments and comparisons, and attempts to manipulate and control. Okay, so let's give this a shot. Number one, pick something that you don't like. Pick something you don't like. We're gonna practice neutral first. So pick something you don't like. You know what? I'm gonna just go for it. I'm just gonna go for it. Okay, so I'm seeing my mom cleaning. My mom's cleaning. Maybe I had a feeling that day. I wanted to talk to somebody. She's not listening. She's cleaning. Okay, I see her with the broom cleaning. Okay, now see that image, or whatever image you would pick, something that makes you mad. See an image of it, and then find something in that image you have no opinion about whatsoever. Okay, and anchor into that. So I see me in a chair, I'm looking sad, my mom's cleaning. Something I have no opinion about. The manufacturer of the chair. I have no idea who built the chair, and I have no opinion about the chair. The name on the chair, no opinion. The name on the broom, it's a Black & Decker or a who knows what. I have no opinion about the name on the broom. Okay, so I'm going to anchor into that. I'm not going to focus anymore on my mom and the not being there. I'm anchoring into the name on the broom. The name on the broom was just there. Didn't move one iota, whether anyone was happy or sad. Good old name on the broom. And just notice what it feels like to have no opinion, no thought. Not to move from negative to positive, just no thought. Okay, and that might be a new feeling because, like I said, we move from negative to positive real fast. Love to hate real fast. And so it can be a new feeling to see what no thought feels like. And you can do this at any time. You know, you're arguing with somebody, you see their face, they're not agreeing with you. And you just, you know, the gravel on the ground, no thought. Bug on the sidewalk, no thought. And just anchor into that so you can reset. Okay, next is to focus on the positive side of the scale. So you can just see what that feels like. So, pick something. I guess I could stick with the thing I already picked. Well, I'm gonna work through this. Pick something you like. Let's go with that. Pick something you know you like. Make it easy for yourself. The beach. I like the beach. Okay. So we're going to start with our acceptance scale. We're going to start on recognize and know. What's something I can recognize and know that I like about the beach? I recognize that I go there to relax. I know how much I enjoy the feeling of the sun on my face, how much I enjoy the sound of the water. Understand and acknowledge. About the beach. What do I understand and acknowledge about the beach? Well, I understand that the beach is a special place. I can't be there all the time, but I can be there often. And it's a great way to rejuvenate myself. I acknowledge that it's an important place in my self-care toolkit. Okay, next, accept. Accept, what's something I accept about the beach? Well, I accept that it's just sand. It's just sand and water. And I accept that I make it fun because I let myself relax when I'm there. I accept that I play a part in managing my stress. And I play a part in managing my relaxation. And finally, love. What's something I embrace or love about the beach? Well, I love that it gives me this feeling of just carefreeness. I love that. I also love that I don't have to pay money to go to the beach. It's the beach right here, anyway, it's free. I love that. Free fun. Okay, so you see how this works. It just opens up again, all these things about how you think and feel. Okay. The real challenge here is to pick something you reject or hate and then do this scale all the way from the bottom, all the way to the top. Okay, so we're gonna do that. Give that a shot right now, and then give ourselves some validation statements. So here we go, here we go. Pick something that you reject or hate about yourself, the world. Now, because we did this earlier, and because I wanna give this little kid the feelings he deserved here, I'm gonna pick, I hate the fact that my mother was OCD cleaning all the time. I'm gonna pick that. I'm gonna pick that. Okay, what do I hate about it? 3 things I hate about it. Well, I hated that she focused on cleaning instead of focusing on paying attention to me. I hate that dirt was seen as like evil in how I grew up. I hated that. I hated all the pressure. I hated all the pressure. The impossible pressure to be super clean, which essentially meant perfect. So I hated the pressure to be perfect. Can't accept. 3 things I can't accept. I can't accept how frustrated it made me feel to constantly be around somebody who was jumping around and cleaning things, but wouldn't sit still for a conversation about my feelings. Oh. I can't accept, how depressed that little kid felt after years of that, just wanting to give up trying. Can't accept how depressed I felt. I've never actually said those words out loud. That's so funny. This has been buried there all this time. Don't understand. Don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand why she couldn't change. I don't understand why she wouldn't listen to me. I don't understand why she couldn't see that there was enough time to clean just a little less, but everything would have still been clean, and then we could have actually had a much better relationship, her and I. Don't know. Don't know. Don't know. 3 things I don't know. I don't really know what was going on in her head. You know, I knew I was upset all that time, but I don't really know what she was thinking. I don't know if I'll ever make this feeling of sadness, feeling unheard, maybe loneliness even. I don't know if I'll ever make these feelings go away. It took till today to realize they were really even kind of there. I don't know how deep this really goes. Ooh, okay, no opinion. No opinion, okay? So I'm gonna go back to cleaning. They're cleaning. Name on the broom. Back to the name on the broom again. Now it's funny because at this point, I can see it. I can see like my mother is just on robot autopilot. She's just cleaning. She's cleaning so she doesn't have to think. I mean, it's easier. She's just cleaning. I'm sitting there like wanting something from her, but it's not coming, and she's not like, I'm asking for something that just isn't coming, and I keep asking for it. But that's what's really making me sad, is that I keep wanting it instead of accepting that it's not coming. I can see that too. My assumptions and expectations here are off. She can't give me what I'm expecting. I mean, I also know my mother went through her own share of abuse as a child. So maybe she cleaned all that because that was her way of managing her own feelings of abuse. I mean, more than likely, yeah. My mother had to clean all the time. My grandmother made my mom clean all the time. And of course, I mean, we often, cleaning is often very associated with females and women, and we expect women to do all those things. So my mom, being the only woman in the household, she probably felt a whole lot of pressure to do those things, and maybe felt that, it was her job to do it and not our job. If I had been raised a little girl, maybe she would have expected me to clean just as much too. Although maybe she would have made me clean and still not paid attention to my feelings. So that's possible also. Yeah, I'm judging her for being OCD. I'm the one who just wanted some attention, so I'm not dealing with it in the healthiest way. She's doing the best that she can. Well, I can see how upset I was. I can really see how much I was beating myself up because I didn't get the love I wanted, how I made it mean I'm just nobody. I'm just going to sit here and watch TV and just turn into nobody. How sad I was. How I didn't give myself other options. How unsympathetic I was to her and to me. And attempts to manipulate and control, yeah, I tried to control her constantly by saying, well, you should have been more nice. You should have been more loving. You should have listened to me more. You should have cleaned less. Well, this brings up all sorts of way down there feelings. Let's keep going. Recognize and know. What about the situation do I now recognize and know? Well, I recognize how much I frustrated me, how much I blamed her. I know that I know I had some pretty unhealthy tactics for dealing with my feelings. I know that those feelings really hurt back then, and I had no one to process them. So I often just squashed them. Understand and acknowledge. I understand that those feelings are still here right now. I acknowledge they're still here. They didn't go away. They're just here in a squashed place, slowly coming up right now. Oh. I understand that I feel my mother ignored me, and I understand that I ignored me. I ignored me. She taught me how to do that. I'm a workaholic. She was a workaholic. She cleaned all the time. I do this. I do this in front of computers all the time. This is my cleaning. Her career was cleaning. This is my career is this. Hey, you know, in that way, me being a workaholic is actually my way of showing how much I love my mother. And the contradiction of if love means having to work all the time like this, then love doesn't mean being able to relax. And love in my world doesn't mean keeping the house clean, because keeping the house clean meant I'm ignored. So in my world, love means staying busy with work that I care about and avoiding those things, avoiding those other things, avoiding cleaning. That makes total sense. Wow, wow, wow. Well, okay, next is accept. I accept that this definition of love needs some expansion. That love and working constantly, I need to sit with that, because that is not the healthiest form of love I could have if it leaves me feeling frustrated and all my needs aren't taken care of. I accept that I will need to sit with my feelings of fear and hurt around cleaning, which will start today. The rest of now, it's starting now. It's already started. So there you go. I accept that I need to sit through these feelings, all these squashed feelings. No squash. No squash down there. Okay. Cook up that squash. Wow. And love, finally, love. I love how this is teaching me how to love myself better. I love how this is teaching me to let go. It's teaching me to open up to my deepest, hardest feelings. I love how this is teaching me to be a whole human being. I love all those things. I love all those things. Okay, and then at the bottom, there's some validation statements we can give ourselves anytime we do this exercise, okay? So please practice these and put them in your own language. Say these things to yourself. I love myself, even when my mother ignores me with housework. That's the one thing I never said to myself as a kid. Oh. I love myself, even when my mom obsessively does housework. Underneath this feeling of frustration and sadness with my mother is love. Love is always underneath my feelings. I have every right to feel the way I feel about my mother not being there for me because of cleaning. Anyone who went through what I went through would feel that way. I'm worthy enough to feel through my feelings between me and my mother, because these feelings matter to me. I don't totally understand how I feel about my mother and cleaning, and I don't need to right now. I can give it time and space and rest. My personal favorite, I let go. I let go of being mad at my mother because of her cleaning. I let go of loving my mother because she did all the things she was supposed to do, the good things. I let go of everything because love is letting go. Okay. Okay. So as you can see, 2 wonderful exercises today. To help us get in touch with our feelings and develop our ability to open up to more love. Okay. So just take in whatever you feel, honor whatever you feel. Please practice. Please practice. I went pretty deep today with this stuff about my childhood. And I just want to tell you, my heart is very open right now, and I'm gonna use this as an opportunity, a real opportunity, to get in touch with all these feelings and create this cleaning plan for myself, cleaning feeling plan for myself. Okay, so whatever you feel, just honor what you feel. Practice good self-care. Take care of yourself. Please practice this exercise. Practice with others if you can. Okay, and then next week we'll dive even deeper into more meditating and getting more in touch with more feelings. I think next week is the meditation week. Okay. Okay, so I just want to take a moment, just say thank you so much for your wisdom, your insight, your patience, your process, your wonderfulness. I want to thank you all so much. And for anybody who is watching this video, thank you all so much too for taking the time to get in touch with your feelings. This is all so important and just so not easy. So it's just so important for us to make time to get in touch, okay? Okay, so with that, I'll conclude class. Yeah, just thank you all so much for your wonderfulness. Thank you, Miss Ellen, for your wonderfulness.
Thank you, Dr. Donny, for yours as well, and happy Valentine's Day to you.
Happy Valentine's Day to you too. Hey, you know, I always say the best love is self-love. And I just want you to know that you gave me a gift today that's going to really help me build a real self-love with my inner child tomorrow. So thank you for that.
You're welcome, and likewise, you gave me a gift as well. You always do. Thank you.
Okay, well, with that, love, have a nice night, have a nice week. Yeah, have a nice Valentine's Day, and hopefully I'll see you next week.
Sounds good. Good night.
Okay, good night. Big hug there. Big hug to you. All right. Good night, everybody. Oh, I'm so happy when I leave with a big smile on my face. It means I found Jesus. Oh, so great. All right. Good night, everyone. I'm very serious. I'm going to start putting together this plan on working through my feelings. I could not stress it enough. It's a great way for dealing with your emotions, is to take the thing that's bugging you, and instead of doing it, turn it into a feelings exercise. Feel your way through it. It really works well for coping mechanisms, addictions, all those sorts of things. Okay. See you all next week.